All right, so now we're going to be showing you an MB-3, and it's a 1934. What is an MB-3? An MB-3 would be a 3 that has a mandolin neck on it. I mean, that's how it came out of the factory, so it's got a neck about this big on it. But the pot, in other words, what's left after you take the neck off, is the same as if it had a 5-string neck on it, or a tenor neck, or a plectrum. So that's what M means. It's a mandolin. Now, what 3 means is that in this case, it's 1-piece flange, 5/8 inch rim, has a full mastertone guarantee sticker in it, and it came out of the factory with a tone ring on it, which was a raised head. So let's hear what this sounds like. And I'm going to try a break here on John Hardy, and I've been working on this, and you may like it, you may not like it, but I'm going to just try it. And if you happen to like it and you go to the internet, you can find a book of mine called Banjo Songs. It's just called Banjo Songs by Geoff Hohwald, and that breaks in there on John Hardy. Here we go. There we go. Now, so the MB3s were made out of maple. So the resonators are the same resonators that you'd find on a TB1 or on a or on a 2-piece flange 3, and they're maple, and they're a plain maple, and here's what the resonator looks like. Okay. So if you were to see somebody playing one of these banjos, you might think it's a 1, but it's not. It is a 3, okay? Once again, why is that important? Well, first of all, let's look and see. We see a full mastertone label in there. All right. And, yeah, it does. Okay. So what happened with this banjo is that it came out of the factory as a raised head, and I took it to Steve Huber, and he fit one of his Huber HR-30 tone rings onto this banjo perfectly, okay? Because if you fit it perfectly, you get the absolute maximum amount of sound for it, and of course that's what his reputation is. Now, you know, I can't prove this, but for some reason the 3s, the mahogany 3s, the maple 3s, sound better than a 1 or a 2 usually, okay? Now there's so many variables here as far as the neck fitting perfectly, what tone ring you're using, is the tone ring, you know, put on there properly. And so what happens in some cases is you will have a guy and he has tone ring in his banjo, flathead. So he decides, hey, I'm going to get the latest and the greatest, so he orders another tone ring. He takes the tone ring that was in there, puts the new tone ring in, and the fit is pretty good, but it's not perfect, okay? So he's not getting 100% of that sound, all right? The second thing is whenever you do a conversion or you start switching necks around, the neck has to be cut properly to fit that particular banjo, okay? So this banjo here, Steve Huber fit the tone ring. Steve Huber fit the neck. He adjusted it. And so this banjo is operating at 100% of its potential. It's kind of like a race car. You can take a race car and it'll go really fast, and you can take a race car and find a really, really trained mechanic, and they can get maybe another 3 or 4 miles per hour out of that, which could be the difference of winning or losing the race. Okay, so now let's look at the close-up here. Now what we have is a window tailpiece, which you'll see on the ones, you'll see it on the 11s, and you'll see it on the MB3s because it was a mandolin banjo, so that there needed to be room for 8 strings to go through here. So that's why this tailpiece is on here, if you're wondering. Okay, we showed you the inside of this. This is a Huber neck, about the best neck that you can get, and that's about it. What we have discovered, and I have no idea, we have had 5 of these banjos since we've been doing this in the last 4 years. 2 of the banjos we sold. A year or 2 later, the person traded it back in, and we resold it. So we've actually had 6 people buy these from us, and of course when we sell this one, it'd be the 7th person, and every one of those people has called me to tell me that they've taken this banjo out and it just blew everything away. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the wood, but this is a really, really special banjo, and I guess that's all I can tell you. So if you're looking for that banjo and you want something that sounds almost as good as a $50,000 or $60,000 banjo, this is it. All right, that's it. So if you have any questions or want to see more pictures, just go to banjowarehouse.com, and there's contact information there. And you may want to, if you have questions, send an email, because Andy answers them and he prefers email. But you can call him too. And that's basically it. So if you have any questions, give us a call. If you want to come visit us, give us a day's notice. We live in a 1.5 miles from here, but sometimes we're out doing things like finding banjos. We go see Steve Huber every once in a while. If you want to really get into the pre-wars, we've got about usually have anywhere from 7 to 10 pre-war banjos of various kinds. And it takes a little while to explain all of them. So if you're going to do that, try to come when I'm here, and it takes at least 4 hours to go through everything. And that also includes showing you how to pull the tone out, and there's how to touch and play the banjo to get the maximum sound. That's it. So you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.